It's great. It feels great being in the locker room, being around the guys. Just the air is different, from everywhere else I've been. It's like clean air. You can just taste it and it tastes good. So I feel good knowing that I'm back here where, I think 19 years ago I came in and nobody knew me. And now to be a rookie coach 19 years later with a chance to instill and to help the young guys, I feel very privileged and proud of that.
How did this coaching opportunity come about?
They came and found me. I was living in a hole. And they was digging for oil, and then they found me hanging out on the side bunker. And Dave was like, "Is that Nik?" And Huff said, "It is Nik." And he said, "You think we can bring him back?" So they resurrected me, and they brought me back. No, it was a conversation with Huff and Dave and about coming back here, and just thought it'd be good for the organization. And I thought it was a good challenge that I wanted to accept, and we made it happen.
You spent time with BC as their running backs coach. What was that transition like for you from player to coach?
Oh, it wasn't too hard. I mean, one of the biggest things is when you have respect from the guys, they understand it. It's a lot easier to be able to sit in the rooms and talk to them. And I believe relatability, understanding what they go through, understanding that, I might look old, but I've only retired 6 years ago, and I feel like I'm still connected to the game and a lot of the players that still play today from multiple teams. So I feel like being able to relate to the players and being able to sit down and just have conversations with them, not just about becoming great athletes, but great men.
Day 2 of rookie camp, who has stood out to you here so far in this young group?
Man, there's a lot of great receivers, man, and a couple of the Canadians, right, Risen and Clark have come out and done great jobs. And I was just thinking all the 16 receivers that we're going to have in training camp, 11 are considered rookies, right? So a lot of wide open spots. It reminds me of my first year where we had a lot of opportunity. So guys have a chance to step up and make plays and earn a job here.
What kind of intangibles are you looking for? Besides what you see on the field with the guys, what kind of, maybe personality characteristics do you look for when you're deciding who's in and who's out?
Consistency. That's how you win games. You have to be consistent in two-down league. Too many mistakes, it's too hard to overcome when you get in second and long and when you take penalties and things like that. So we want to make sure that we're consistent and everybody that fits in with the group. We're gonna have a fun group. We want to be exciting. We want to play physical brand of football, that go out and make plays, and maybe we bring some dancing back.
19 years ago, you said you were here, right? What do you remember from that when you were a young receiver like these guys are right now? Do you remember what you were feeling at the time?
Man, these dudes have no clue. We had 2-3 hour practices. I remember Craig Dickinson had to finish rookie camp as our Z receiver because he was my receiver coach my first year. So Craig was playing receiver because we only had 4 other receivers, so we're going through this. It was a grind. And I'll tell you that was the hardest training camp I've ever been through. Matt Dunnigan was the head coach and GM, so a lot of fun times, not a lot of wins, but we're able to build out of it.
Last one for you. This team hasn't had a ton of deep playoff success lately. What needs to change for that to happen?
I think the same thing, winning games at the end of the game. We got to be able to be efficient. When the game's on the line, we have to make the plays to win the game. So for receivers, we got to block downfield. We got to make the plays when it comes our way. And we're going to take pride in what we do and everything that we do, not just catching the ball, but running a route so another guy gets a catch, being able to block downfield to turn a 10-yard run into a touchdown run. So we're going to do our part as receivers, and that's the standard, and we're going to hold that.